Well, my question is, how would you know the best condition to grow specific for your children? Because I understand every children is different.
That's a really, really important question, and I'm so glad you asked it, because there are two levels to this question. There are basic things which every child needs, and these are the basics. And that's why I asked about knowledge, because to be honest, some people will put that as a high priority. There needs to be knowledge in the home. And if that was the way you were saying it, then I would have said, yes, I understand that. My son Idris loves books. And I'm happy. Because if you put books there, he'll pick them up, he'll read them. He'll go to the library. He loves books. He doesn't read, but he has a love for books. There are books all around him. There are books everywhere. Sarah sent me a video yesterday she said, my namazi baby. If you don't speak Urdu, it doesn't make any sense. Right. It means my baby that's praying. Why? Because he's used to making salah. He doesn't really make salah. He just goes up and down and he does these exercises. But he plays salah. He plays salah. I mentioned that I had children from a previous marriage. And I remember when I took them for Hajj, 2 kids. One was 3 and one was maybe 6. They went for Hajj. And when they went for Hajj, every salah, people had died. It's Hajj. Every salah, there's a janazah. So for them, Hajj was all about dead people. And throwing stones. So what did they play? Janazah and throwing stones. Allahu Akbar! They walk with their trestle, one of these things. Allahu Akbar! And then they get their zamzam and they'll throw stones. They'll just play the whole Hajj. And I used to just watch them. I thought, what kind of crazy kids have I got? Just like their dad. But they play the salah. Okay, to answer the question. So there's some basic things that they need. But then there are other things like knowledge. You do need to have an environment where kids are going to learn. But you also need specifics to your child. And as the child starts to develop the personality that you can see, or starts to develop needs that are very specific to him. For example, Idris, my son, his language development is not according to what I would have expected in terms of language development. So I work with kids who are in the same situation. I can identify he's got a language delay. So what does he need that's different to your child? Because your child is very advanced in his walking. And I think in the way that his eye contact with me, in the beginning he was quite shy. After a short while he was looking straight at me in the eyes. It won't take me long before we start playing and dancing. Okay, so I can see your child is developing in a particular way. It might be that in a year's time, you start to see certain aptitudes. You might start to see some kind of qualities that are specific to that child. Now what you need to do is to start to develop an environment specific to them. When I took Idris to the doctor for the first time, I didn't really talk to the doctor very much. He says, have you got any questions? I says, yeah, when can I take him swimming? When can I take him swimming? And he said, I've never been asked that question. He didn't know. Any doctors here? When are you allowed to take your kids swimming? I got conflicting advice. One doctor said as soon as they're born you can take them. Another says no, it's once they've had their vaccinations, minimum 6 weeks. So I wanted to know, and he didn't know. Anyone take their kids swimming at 6 weeks? Idris could swim before he could walk. Why is that relevant? It's because I want him to swim. I love swimming. He loves swimming. And for us, a major part of our bonding time is around swimming. And to be honest, all kids learn to walk. Eventually, most kids learn to walk. Unless there's something seriously wrong, then inshallah we'll work something out. He'll learn to walk, but swimming. Not everybody learns to swim. So for him, his tarbiyah, the environment involved swimming. And it's a major part of his life. Maybe I should have put focus on tafsir or tahfiz al-Quran or Arabic or something. By the way, language. Your kids? What do you speak to your kids in? Malay? English? Both? English. Why? Sorry? Intercultural marriage. So your wife speaks Thai. She speaks Thai or English? You speak English between you and the children? What do you speak to the children? English? And your wife? English. That's an interesting decision. We made a decision, she will speak Urdu. Not Arabic, Urdu. Not Danish, Urdu. She's Danish, by the way. But she knows Urdu. And I wanted him to learn English and Urdu, not Arabic. He'll learn Arabic later. Earlier I wanted to, it's okay. Thank you. So this choice is about this individual. It will be decided on your circumstances, okay, on your needs. So there's a basic need, and then there's a specific need. As the child becomes more and more developed, then you become more and more focused on the child's needs. And then it becomes more and more focused. And that's why in a school setting, you start to, do you use IEPs, individual educational plans? Now, as the school develops, if you want to really push a child or understand a child, personalized planning is where the direction is really to make the curriculum dynamic. So this personalized planning is now the norm, and it's something that will be becoming much more common in, I know you have an inclination towards Montessori. Ultimately, personalized planning is where things are going to go. And that direction is the direction that's within this, my understanding of the book. Anyway, long answer to a short question, sorry.